My mate has fallen in love with a sex worker. I've not read this one. Let's see how good it is. Hey, Lewis. I've been a long-time listener of the pod and have watched your content for about 10 years now. Dude, OG, a decade. Thank you so much. Whenever someone tells me they've been listening for that long, like anything over 3 years, I'm like, wow. You're not sick of me? That's amazing. I get sick of people. There's only a couple people that I've managed to listen to for 10 years, and I know how special that is. So thank you so much. You've come such a long way, and I really hope you make it to the States and live out your dream. Oh, thank you very much. That's sweet. Well, that's why we're going monk mode all 2026, dude. I'm living in a cell on a single bed. Call me Saint Paisios or whatever. No, don't call me that. I'm not worthy. So my mate got dumped by his girlfriend. They were together for 7 years. Oh, therefore, as you can imagine, I can imagine. It was pretty devastating for him. Even more so when it was because she had fallen for another guy. Oh, that sucks. Naturally, this made him very depressed and insecure. Oh, maybe I have a little wiener. That's why she left me. I've been doing everything I can to be a good supportive friend while telling him that this all says more about her and that he shouldn't think this reflects badly on him at all. That is correct. You're a good friend. Maybe there were some issues in the relationship I was not aware of, but from the outside, they seemed very happy together, and this was a shock to our entire friend group. A couple months go by, my mate and I are hanging out when he confides in me that he has been regularly going to a brothel and seeing a particular lady there. Oh no! He became a broth regular? It's not good. I want to be clear. I have nothing against sex workers. Let me be clear. I love brothels. Hassan Piker over here. I have nothing against sex workers. In this economy, we all have to pay the bills somehow. Now, there's an option. Okay, how about this? I move back into Frankston and I just get people to run trains on me. No, we're not going to do that. In this economy, we all have to pay the bills somehow. And as long as it's done in a legal brothel where no one is being exploited and it's not behind a dumpster in an alleyway, I don't see any problem with it. Ally! My mate, however, seems to think a real relationship is blossoming between him and this lady. Oh, no! This is even worse than falling in love with the stripper. Falling in love with the brothel worker? Brother. You know he's going in there and like he went there for session 11 and he was like, maybe we could just hold hands and like watch a movie. She's like, fuck yeah, as long as you're paying full rates and you have a shower, we can hang out and hold hands. My friend, however, seems to think a real relationship is blossoming between him and this lady. He's spending a shit ton of money every week seeing her, and he tells me the sex is way better than anything he had with his ex. Well, I mean, I was going to say obviously, but I feel like, I don't know. I've never gone to a broth. I've never seen a sex worker. Is it better? I feel like it'd be yucky. I feel like look, nothing compares to the loving embrace of someone who truly understands you. Maybe that's what you get by session 10, you know, after you've poured your heart out because you busted too early, but you paid for 30 minutes. No, I get 27 minutes of emotional bonding. He believes she really cares about him, that she makes him feel special and confident in himself, and he has also started bringing gifts for her. Oh my Lord, this is not good. Dude, you gotta, before I even read the rest of this email, this is when you need to say some harsh truths to your friend, okay? You gotta, if you don't say, brother, she doesn't love you, she's providing a service, okay? You need to harsh truth this man. On one hand, I can understand it's his way of coping after experiencing a crushing breakup, and he is looking for intimacy with someone who can help him feel better about himself and hopefully be able to move on. But on the other hand, he doesn't seem to realize that it's all transactional. Yeah, dude. He's just another client, and she'll say and do whatever he likes as long as the money keeps coming. None of it is genuine. Whenever I try to tell him this, he doesn't want to hear it. Oh, you can't help him. I've known him for a long time and I don't want to say anything more that could upset him and jeopardize our friendship. How do you think I should go about this? What advice would you give him if this was your mate? Thanks in advance, and I hope you have a shit one. Oh, man. I mean, okay. Okay, here's how you solve the problem, okay? Now, I don't think there's any way to be a good friend to this person and not jeopardize the friendship. Sometimes you, for your own well-being, sometimes you have to say the things that must be said and risk the friendship. Not always. This is not something you should do all the time. If you're saying things that risk the friendship all the time, you're a bad friend. But if you would never ever say anything that would risk the friendship, even though it's true and needs to be said, you're actually also a bad friend, right? Because a friend stops their friend from doing things that is bad for their life. And if that friend refuses to listen and it destroys your friendship, but it's still the right thing to say or do, you might have to let that friendship go. Because I would ask yourself this: do you want to be friends with someone who spends all their money at the brothel and will never get a real girlfriend and won't be able to move on with their life? Or let's say he does the 1 in a million and he actually gets this girl to fall in love with him. Do you want to deal with the fucking drama of your mate being like, I love her so much, but she won't stop seeing other clients? Or like dealing with the fucking fallout of trying to build a relationship with a brothel worker when she's almost certainly very traumatized and all this kind of stuff and can't work a normal job because she's been working at a brothel for her whole life. You know, imagine having to emotionally support him through that if he somehow managed to get into whatever fucking horrific relationship he could possibly get into with this woman. So let's put that out there, right? Now, option A, right? This probably won't work, but you do have to try it. Option A is you sit him down and you have the talk and you go, look, dude, I understand you're going through some shit. I understand you really like this girl, but you need to understand that she is not your girlfriend. She will never be your girlfriend. She is a sex worker. She is exploiting you and your feelings. Because that's the thing, right? Sure, see a sex worker, whatever, okay? I would never see one. I don't think it's good, but I don't think it should be illegal. I do think that if you're seeing a sex worker so often that you start to fall in love with her, and then she doesn't cut it off and she actually exploits that and gets you to start bringing gifts and strings you along and she's doing something wrong. That's a bad thing that she's doing. That's not good, right? But also it's the man's fault anyway. He's a fucking idiot, okay? She's taking advantage of an idiot. That's what I think. Okay? So option A is you go, look, she's taking advantage of you. She doesn't love you. And even if she did, this will be a terrible relationship for you because either you're going to have to deal with her fucking other dudes for years and that's going to break your spirit, or you're going to have to do the controlling boyfriend thing and mandate what she can and can't do with her life. Both of those are not conducive to a healthy relationship. Would this woman have children with you? No. Would you want this woman to be the mother of your children? No. So what are you doing? You've fallen in love with a brothel worker, you fool. You need to cut this off and go to the gym or start reading books or go rock climbing. Okay? That's the thing. It's the most fucking... The guy's basically gone... most dudes going through a breakup are like, I'm going to get ripped. I'm going to learn a language. I'm going to move countries. I'm going to join a religion. I'm going to start painting. I'm going to take all my heartbreak and my grief and express it in a healthy manner. This guy just went straight to the broth. I'm going to give $150 to spend an hour with a woman who doesn't like me. Weird, right? So option A is you have the tough conversation. And yes, you are jeopardizing the friendship, but also what are you protecting if you don't have the confidence? So you can hang out with the guy who's obsessed with a broth worker who has no money ever, who can't go out and do stuff because he's saving up to go to Tiffany's for the fucking prostitute who fits him in on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. in between her other 6 clients of the day. You don't, that's your mate? You're going to bring him to the function? Hey, this is James. Tell him about your love life, James. Actually, no, don't. It's horrific. You'll get us kicked out of the bar. There's children around. Don't talk about your love life. Right? So that's option A, jeopardizes the friendship. However, it's worth it. Now, if option A does not work, this is option B. It is the nuclear option, but this will definitely work. And by work, I don't mean this will save your friendship. This will destroy your friendship. However, it may save the life of your friend, because a true friend will even throw away the friendship to protect their friend. I've done this before. You know, sometimes you got to do something that destroys the friendship but improves the friend's life, right? That's love. You know, anyone who's had to cut off a drug addict knows that sometimes you got to do the mean thing, and that's love, right? So this is the nuclear option that destroys your friendship but saves your friend's life. What you do is, if option A doesn't work, if he doesn't listen to you, if he won't stop seeing the prostitute and it's damaging your friendship, this is the only way that you can save him. You save up $200 and you fuck her. You go in right before his next appointment and you fuck her, and you make sure that on the way out you passed each other in the hall and you go, she's great, mate. You were right. And you fuck her and you make sure he knows. And you watch, he'll fall out of love in this many seconds. It'll destroy your friendship. You'll never see him again. It'll really upset him, but it will be the right thing to do. All right? That's what needs to happen, is he needs to understand that she doesn't love him, that she loves the money. And the only way to do that is to fuck her right before his appointment and then go, you were right, dude, she's great. I'm going to see her next week. And I guarantee you he'll never go back.